Welcome back, everybody, to our live coverage of the playoffs of the Kenya National Youth and Cadet Chess Championship 2025. This is round number 5. We just finished round number 4. If you didn't see that, please check the previous video. We are getting into round number 5 starting right now. Okay, so we're going to start by looking at how the pairings have been. Let me make this a little bit smaller so we can actually pay attention to the pairings. So this is we'll start with the under 8 girls, go through a couple of their rounds. So far this is round number 5. In pairings and results, round 1, Jena War. Well, we'll just look at the round number 4 actually. Ivy Wangui beat Stacy Lois. Ella Okasiba lost to Katie Wamboi. Amini Muhani beat Zawadi Zoe. Telo Ariela versus Alia Jasmine was a draw. And Jena War lost to Michelle Gishuga, with Princess Alela having a bye. If we go now to the next category, under 8 open. Under 8 open. We can see round number 4, which is what took place before. Ran Mutinda lost to Matthias Karaoke. Sean Miles beat Martin Jabali. Mayani Trevor beat Leon Mwema. Muana Jean Pence beat Mudenyo Baraka, and Carl Anyimu beat Ethan Kipto. And 10 girls, let's open all this. I have a feeling I've double opened a couple. Under 10 girls, round number 4, we are looking at Marianne Marshall losing to Tabitha McKenna, Patience losing to Achieng Onyango, Waweru Patricia beating Ronika Pendo, and Britaliza Amanda beating Jayla Wamboi, and Jadarudo Achieng beating Naomi Wamwenje. That's a tough one. Tough pairing, that category. Then in the under 10 open, then, and sorry, I do need to share this link, guys, because I'm speaking to myself at this moment and you guys don't know that we are actually live. So let me just pick this link, and once again I'll just show you how to get our live link at every stage. All you need to do is to come here. Let me first share this. View channel, here we go. Round 5. Share this. Copy that link. And we can go to chess updates, long press paste, and write that round 5, playoffs. Okay, so then we can forward that to the chess parents, which is then we have, I think, chess in schools, county chess, second chess in schools, and send to Dennis. That's it. So you guys should have access to what you're looking at, and just in case at different times you lose a thread, how can you get back the live link? The live link, you'll go to YouTube. And every time we are streaming chess, just go ahead and check it up. Alternatively, you can actually enable notifications for the channel. That's assuming you've already subscribed, because then when that happens, then you'll always know when we're live. So if you go to Raising Chess Champions in Africa on YouTube, you'll come here to youtube.com, click enter, go to the search bar, search for Raising Chess Champions in Africa. It will bring this channel, click on it, and when you come to the channel, you'll always find this link. So this is, you can see written down here, live. So anytime you lose us, keep checking. This is how to find whichever view is live at that particular time. So you're looking at round 5 now. Let me see if round 5 has been updated, the DGT boards, whether they've started. Yes, round 5 is up. And the games that are taking place in round 5 are, we'll take a run through that. Okay, Alex Kipo versus Simu Jerry. This has to be under 18. Gadoni Kalin versus Muturi Erika Mumbi, again under 18 girls. This is the first one was under 18 open. Tindi Victor versus Madenge Gishuga. Then Warimwe David James versus Mugambi Christian Mwamba. Christian Mwamba won a very nice game against Abel Taji. We have a super game here. Elizabeth Cassidy, black, against Bella Nashipai. This we must follow. Waweru Trevor versus Omenja Bednego. And Indoy versus Riley Matingi. And then Muana Jinpens versus Nyakundi Karl Anyimu. So let's start with this game. Nashipai versus Cassidy. This is where we are going to start. And it's an English, tentatively looks like it could be a symmetrical English defense. Whenever you play this move c4, that's the hallmark of the English. Of course, black has many options. They can play knight f6, they can play e6, they could play many moves, but actually one of the key moves is actually e5, which makes this the reverse Sicilian. Why is it the reverse Sicilian? If white had played e4 and the Sicilian defense, black plays c5, and if we reverse this now it's black with the pawn on the c file and red with the pawn on the e file, but in the English, now it's white with the pawn on the c file and black with the pawn on the e file. This is why it's called the reverse Sicilian. And the Sicilian defense is actually one of the most solid defense, not solid, but one of the most played defenses against drop frames to check over the last 2 minutes. It looks like we're having a bit of an issue with internet, guys. Let me know if the stream is live and if you can hear us, because I seem to be having some dropped frames. I don't have my microphones to check audio, so I'm counting on you guys against yeah, it's live. Okay, that's fine. So I'm counting on you guys to keep posting on chat whenever there's an issue. I have access to chat right away. I can look at that and make amendments as you go. I've had to change my jacket. Is a bit cold, but underneath I have my Equity t-shirt. I play for Equity Chess Club. My name is Dr. Victor Ngani, the 2018 National Chess Champion, top 10 in Kenya today, and also Chess Olympian 2018. I was asked earlier whether I'm a chess coach. Yes, I am a chess coach, but I only train 2 children currently. One of those is Arela Tello, my 8-year-old daughter, and the other one is Ariane Hera, my 14-year-old daughter. But I do intend to do better going forward. So this is the reverse Sicilian. This is what we are seeing. However, the option by Cassidy was to play, c5. And there's a general rule in chess, by the way. Some of the most solid defenses against e4 is to play e5. And against d4 is to play d5. And against c4, you can guess it, to go c5. So this is a game you're going to keep an eye on. So far, I'm not seeing a move. I hope that the board is transmitting. If it's not transmitting, it will be a serious issue. I'm going to call Dennis right now to make sure that that board is transmitting. A phone call is coming through, an important one. Let me just take this, guys. I'm going to meet. Hi, Dr. Priya. Sorry guys, work is calling. That's my colleague. Shout out to Dr. Priyanka and Martha, the people we work with quite a bit. But let me see. Yeah, that's the that's the name actually. I think that's the one. Then the person I wanted to talk to is can't remember that name. Okay, fair enough. So back to the tournament. I need to call Dennis actually because it would be very unfair if this board is frozen. He needs to pause the clock and restart that game. I think that is what he'll have to do so that we do not have a situation where we can't follow the game Bella Nashipai. Hi Dennis. I'm looking at the game Bella versus Cassidy and I'm seeing it's stuck on move 2. Yeah. If it is, please restart whatever you need to do because this one you have to watch. Thank you. Okay, so as Dennis works on that, let's look at Simu Jerry versus Alex Kipo. This quite a number of moves have gone out. The Piats, and this will become the 150 attack. Yeah, so one of the reasons why you don't want to play this move first. So here, this is what was played first. And the idea is very simple because what Black wants to do is they want to play here and they don't want this knight to attack the bishop. The problem with that playing that move is that you have wasted an extra move here and now Black can play one of these two breaks, e5 or c5, and it's quite safe. Now let's take it back and play my recommended move, which is queen to d2. And now if I castle and white castles, you can now not play the break you want to play. The reason is if I take this pawn, you can't take back because now you drop a rook at the end. And what you're afraid of, which is actually this move, which is knight to g4, is actually not an issue because you can simply play here. And for you to justify having played knight g4, you must play that move. And are you really going to play this move and then still castle here? This has to be quite dangerous. So as you can see already, Black would be much worse. White has a winning advantage if you're to play like that. So this is why you probably want to spend a bit of time studying your openings. However, still what has been chosen by White is not bad. The position is fairly equal. And yeah. Now d5 should be played. It's well played. And Black should know to play here. This is the move. Because this guy can't be taken. Otherwise, you'll find yourself a bit cramped. We have what is called a pawn chain. These pawns are interlocked. So whenever you have a pawn chain, then the move that Black wants to do is play here, attacking the base of the pawn chain. This is really the pawn you want to attack, this one. And White has to attack this pawn. So you can see how this plays out. But sometimes you can play against the head of the pawn chain. So you can actually aim for this, and you can aim for this as well in different situations. And that is only if, this is all that's going on. In this position, of course, we also have a king sitting here. So this kind of attack can be expected, and it will look pretty bad for Black in a very short time. And that's exactly what's happening. Already there's a file that is opening up against this king. So this looks tricky. I think Black is in a difficult position from the get-go. Yeah. He has done fairly well. I think allowing this move was not a very good idea. Yes, so you always have this move to play, which is not a very natural move. It's very hard to play it, but it's a move you have to consider. Because again, Black really can't try things like this. Okay, they could, but this is a king, and now you have two open files against the king, and the pawns have moved up quite a bit, and here you must take. you know, and this position is not recommended. I wouldn't recommend this position for black, even though the engine says it's fairly equal. This position, the attack is coming. Black has a bit of difficulty in such a position. So anyway, what was played was this, and yeah, black claims that they have extended their pawn chain quite a bit, and now it's not so easy for white to attack anymore because the pieces cannot come towards the king side easily. You only have this file, and for you to do that, maybe you have to consider a move like this and then a move like this, but then in the same vein you're allowing this knight a bit more space, and black can actually untangle in this position. Okay, so that is Jerry versus Kipo White. Let's look at Muturi Erica versus Gadoni Kalin. Seeing an e4 e5. Okay, this becomes yeah, so this move is not necessary. Let me just explain. So of course Muturi could have gone for this line, which becomes very tricky. Of course, you don't want to take here. This becomes a fried lever because you can take this move like this, check, and it's very complicated. If you're attacking the knight, you're attacking the king, the only way to defend both times is to play here, which opens up new attacks all the way, and white is slightly better in that line. So normally when this is done, a more likely move is actually this, and you sacrifice a pawn as black, arguing that when the bishop retreats, then black has, yes, a weak pawn structure. These two pawns are not so good, but then you have open lines and better development, and black pieces are not coordinated. It's still a very, very strong opening, but that's not what Erica chooses. Erica chooses a very simple d3, which works, and then now the move knight g4 is stopped. Though stopping it is also not necessary. I think, yes, you can actually play a move like this. Now knight g5 doesn't work because you simply castle, and you can't pick here 2 times. Of course you can, but when you do so, you're giving out 2 pieces for a rook, and when you give out 2 pieces for a rook like this, then black is slightly better. You can see the engine agreeing with that assessment. And also you're not super worried about this pin happening now because you're yet to castle. So this kind of a move can in fact backfire thoroughly. If you play here, then black can change their mind, and let's say for example you castle here, black is never castling on this side. They'll probably attack your bishop, you come back, pin your knight. If you attack it, maybe this, and the situation can be really, really bad very quickly if white is not careful. So anyway, many opening conversations to be had there. What was played? These are fairly natural moves. Natural and good, that's what I should say. But black's development is quite cohesive. Black has 2 pawns in the center, white has 1, and you can see that the black pieces seem to be better coordinated. Yeah, and just now, if black can castle, I think black can comfortably say that they're slightly better in that position. So Madenge Vishuga versus Tindi Victor, another strong game. We're looking at the English again. Now it becomes a proper reverse Sicilian dragon to be precise. Okay, so here already I think black has more than equalized by this very simple line. I think there is a move that white is meant to have played that didn't happen. The only thing is this pawn structure where you have these 2 pawns, the doubled pawns, they're weak, maybe compensates for white. I don't think this queen trade was a good idea. Definitely, I don't think this is a good idea. The main problem is 2 things. Black has a better center, meaning they have more space, meaning they want to keep pieces on the board, because white would struggle to move their pieces. Now with exchanges, white is okay. You need power? Here. So on the other end, we have Mugambi Christian versus Warimo David James. I think Warimo David James is the highest rated, and Mugambi Christian is, yeah, up there. I mean, so we are looking at d4. This is a King's Indian, and the lines of the King's Indian being played are, well, I don't play the King's Indian anymore. I used to play it back in the day. Fairly equal position. Bella Nashipai versus Elizabeth Cassidy. Now we have moves. Thank you, Dennis. And yes, symmetrical structure. Okay, symmetry is broken a bit, but still fairly asymmetrical structure that has been played. And early on, well, interesting approaches. In the past, people didn't play a move like this, but then again, white can't really take, because when you take, bishop takes back. Look at this situation. That's a weak pawn. Where do you castle? Are you castling on the queen side? Are you castling on the king side? And there's a threat actually on this pawn, so you must defend it. And probably the only move that can defend that is this. And now the knight comes out. Hi ladies, how are you? How are you guys? Hi Emma. Come and say hi. No, ask your mom if you can come to the TV stream. Then once your mom says yes, you can come over. Okay? Yeah, so you have to ask your parents, guys, if you can come over first before you come. Yeah? Okay. All right? Ask your parents first. So Mwenje Abednego, brother to Wamwenje Naomi versus Trevor Waweru Kipngetich. I'm not sure that you have seen this already. Again, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, the Italian, d4. Okay, again, yeah, here the main move actually is this. It's important to learn that. There is, of course, the people's favorite, which has always been the Greco attack, where this can be done. And then d4, after this move, there is actually e5. And alternatively, there is this knight knight c3, knight takes. This position is slightly better for black, but because of another 15 moves of theory, believe me not. So here, what was played was knight c3, which I think is a bit tame. It does give black enough room to survive. And now there's an important idea to note. This move is always a possibility to knock off this bishop, and white gets a simple play with the bishop pair. That's why you probably want to open up, play a move like this, or to make room for the bishop to go back, or a6. And actually this, yes, actually now black plays it, because the problem exists for both parties. Even the white bishop is at risk. Yeah, so traditionally we have trained our children to sort of play this bishop back, but here it doesn't work leaving the bishop because this pawn is hanging. But let's give such an example. This move and this move takes is an option. The pawn structure is a bit broken because you have these two doubled pawns, but in exchange you get this very nice square, and often you don't waste time in development. So always know that this move is also a possibility to allow the take on c5. In this case, you can't just allow it like this because you lose a pawn on e5. Let me show you this, and then this pawn is falling. This is why I was giving you the example by playing knight to d7, because the knight now defends here. So after this takes, then this pawn structure is perfectly fine for black as well. So all children watching, please take note that that is a possibility, something to consider. And now, and the reason why especially I prefer that is because in many of these lines, then now black gets an easy, white gets an easy d4, which makes their play really very easy. And I wouldn't pick with my bishop. I'd actually pick with the knight, though preference, user preference is what it is. Now let's see the next game. Riley Matingi versus Indoy. This has moved quite a bit. They're playing very fast. I hope it's because they're in opening preparation. So this is like a King's Indian attack kind of setup, which works against almost anything. So pay attention what white is playing. E4, knight. Yeah, this is a system that works against almost anything. The King's Indian attack. So really the moves are, it's almost like a system actually. And that's what is being played by Riley. And yeah, already you can see, okay, it's fairly equal. I wouldn't give out this bishop, to be honest. I would keep my bishop. I would keep this bishop. Really, because look at the dark squares. The bishops, I mean, the dark squares are quite open. So giving out this bishop is not a good idea. And I think that's the first mistake Riley has made in this position. And that can be quite unpleasant. Okay. Yeah, there's a threat there. You can't take this free pawn. There's a free pawn there. Because then you have this nice little check. And oopsie daisy, Sabote's gambit right there, you've lost your queen. So you always have to pay attention to, you know, like in this position, this queen is actually in danger from this bishop. It's hard to see, but just in a few short moves, that being the first one, you can see why that is the case. And now if you take this pawn, suddenly this queen that looked very safe is not safe anymore and is in fact lost. So always pay attention to the lines. Things on the same line is something you want to really have in mind. And yeah, looks like it's a bit of an attack. I think the main issue here why the engine says black is slightly better is because white has a bishop pair in a position that's going to be open. That's it. Sorry, black has a bishop pair in a position that's going to be open. So here we will see how that plays out. We are looking at Muana Jinpens, white against Kal Anyimu Nyakundi. Muana Jinpens has represented Kenya many times. Let's see how this opening went. The position doesn't look very good. E4, E5, knight C3, knight F6. This becomes the 4 knights. Yes, a very nice idea. And probably very important for black to know this, because this particular move is not recommended. Because it allows, you know, this kind of a move, and when you come back, then this pawn can actually fall with check. Okay, you even take the bishop, bishop takes, and then queen takes check. And when you bring out your queen to defend, you will never castle. Okay, because you have to move your king, and black is slightly better. More importantly, black has equalized, and black generally is worse. So, yeah, very nice move there. I think it's complicated whether or not to pick this pawn. I think that pawn can be picked in this instance. But the challenge is that you have yeah. Sorry guys, we do have to keep working as well. Enjoy the game. Yeah, I think someone got my number from where we've shared this link, and they were calling me to ask me, you know, as a prank or something, because there's no way he's calling me for what he's calling me for. It's a wrong number. The work continues. So, yeah, this position here is not promising for white. I think they're just a pawn down, and they're a pawn down for absolutely nothing, and this pawn is weak. So this approach has not worked out for white. Yeah. Yeah, now black has a bishop pair plus an extra pawn, which is what is called, they have the pawn plus the compensation. Alright, that's what's going on. I think we'll take some time to go through some of the pairings, and we'll start with the under 8 girls. We looked at the last results. Then now we have Alia Jasmine playing Jenna War. Zawadi Zoe playing Ariela Tello. Those are really strong games. Ella Akacho versus Amini Muhani. Ivy Wangoi versus Katie Wambui. Princess Alela versus Stacy Lois, and Michelle Gishuga has a bye after a nice run playing very nice games. In the under 8 open category, we have Muana Jin Pence. We are looking at that game on the DGT. Leon Mwemo Otieno versus Midenyo Baraka. Martin Jabali. So it's only the under 8 girls that are not featuring on the DGT, and Dennis should answer for that. And then Matthias Kariuki Sharere versus Sean Miles Misheru. Mutuku Gitao versus Rian Mutinda. Then we have 25, yes, here we are. Mutuku Gitao versus Rian Mutinda. Matthias Kariuki versus Sean Miles. Martin Jabali versus Mayan Olitip-Tip. And Leon Mwema versus Baraka Jackson. In the under 10 girls category, one moment please, so you guys can see everything, I hope. In the last round number 4, Tabitha McKenna beat Angel Marian Achieng Neria. We already saw this outcome. And the pairing is Jela Wamboi versus Naomi Nandi, Ronnie Kapendo versus Brutaliza Amanda, Neria Onyango versus Weru Patricia, Tabitha McKenna versus Chepkoiwo Patience, and Afzal Saida versus Angel Marian. Saida had a bye the last round, and this round, Jadarudo Achieng Oluchiri, sister to Jeshurun Oluchiri, has a bye. Then in the open category, we had interesting outcomes. Mark Antoine Ishimiwe, Dagimana beat K. Jaden Kiogora Mwenda drew with Andy Zen Wright, Adriel Baraka beat Dennis Wafula, Jason Darwa beat Kiplangat Baraka, Manyeki Nathaniel and Muli Faraja drew. We saw that draw with 3 seconds to go on Manyeki's clock. Remember, there's no increment. And then Rotich Darren Keegan has a bye in this round. If you look at the under 12 girls, the pairing, we can be opening up all this at the same time so that we don't have to wait for them to load as we get to them. Give me a moment. We will get there for all the boards. I think we've opened way more than we should have. There must be some repeat somewhere. We'll see. It is what it is. So we've gone to the under 12 girls. I think we've looked at that. And under 12 open, Osidiana Eli lost to Rian Kimani. Ndegwa Awin drew with Francis Gisheru. Apamo Shem Bill beat Elvis Okwemba. Wamwenja Benego lost to Dayson Irari. And Jesse Jaden beat Waweru Trevor. Jesse Jaden is putting on quite a show. This round, Trevor versus Abednego. Apamo Shem versus Dayson Irari. Francis versus Okwemba. Danson Rian Kimani versus Awin Ndegwa. Gichana Keshan Elma versus Osidiana Eli. And Jesse Jaden has a bye. If you go to the under 14 girls and we look at round number 4, Waswa Abigail beat Ariane Hera. Brianna Brandy Wendo, Ariane Hera being my daughter, so a bit of tearing. Brianna Brandy Wendo beat Kungu Nicole. Bella Nashipai beat Angel Mudoni, so that's 3 for black. Then Cassidy beat Riziki Kuka, and Shukri Shakira beat Fantalis Nruta. And Obonyo Abigail had a bye in this round. Kuka Riziki is playing Shukri Shakira. Bella Nashipai, the game you're following, is white against Cassidy Maina. Brianna Wendo and versus Angel Mudoni. Waso Abigail is playing Kungu Nicole. Obonyo Abigail, who had a bye the last round, is playing Ariane Hera, and Fantalis Nruta has a bye. Then in round number 14, so every round, every category, one player has a bye. In under 14 open, interesting game. that we witnessed. I think the game was Abel Taji versus Mugambi Christian, and Abel Taji lost hanging a piece towards the end. Warime David won against Oma Stanley. Jeshurun Oluchiri, brother to Jada, beat Maoga Trevor, and Wayne John Jarumi, the Kenya under 15 open category champion, beat Prince Isaac Munywa. Pairing Mugambi Christian versus Warimwe David, Kagambi Jeremiah versus Abel Taji, Wayne Joe versus Lester Manono, Maoga Trevor versus Prince Isaac, and Anindo Anderikas, brother to Jane Awor, who is playing against Uluchiri Jeshurun Inyangala. So Oma Stanley has a bye. Going on to under 16 girls. Under 16 girls, we had the last round, a win for Mashao Genevieve, Rotish Natasha against Triza Wanjiru. Genevieve beat Tamara Zawadi, and Samantha Kimunto beat Wamboiga Kenya. Kaloki Zuri beat Pamela Kosala. Mwashe Yvonne beat Kagambi Angel, and Natalie Watitu had a bye in this round. Pamela Kosala versus Yvonne Adego. Wamboiga Kenya versus Kaloki Zuri. Triza Wanjiru versus Samantha Kimunto. Genevieve Mashao versus Rotish Natasha. Natalie Watitu versus Tamara Zawadi, and Kagambi Angel has a bye. Then under 16, that's repetitive. Under 16 open, previous round, very, very tough category. Mbabu Cyprian beat Gisharu Dylan. Madenge Gishuga beat Braden Karaoke. Wamwenje Ethan beat Tindi Trevor. Wamwenje Ethan, Wamwenje Naomi, and Abednego Wamwenje siblings. All of them in the playoffs. Kuka Kyle beat Elvis Kamau, and Paul Orlando Jr. beat Fabian Jesse ACM. This round, Elvis Migai playing Jesse Fabian, Wamwenje Ethan versus Kuka Kyle, very, very tough matchup. Madenge Gishuga versus Tindi Victor, that's on the DGT. Babu Cyprian versus Braden Karaoke. Osundwa Ihabi versus Gisharu Dylan, and Paul Orlando Jr. having a bye. I played Osundwa Ihabi some time back, very, very strong player. Let's see how it goes. But all the competition here is very, very tough all across. Under 18 girls, this particular category, we had last round, Natasha Amy Mutua drawing with Natasha Wanjiru, Agnes Mary beating Charity Kulei, Muturi Erika Mumbi beating Faith Wamboi, Atiagaga Loresia Minage beating Kelin Gadoni, and Gikandi Banis beating Ibrahim Zena. Currently, Loresia is playing Banis, Erika is playing Kalin, Agnes Mary versus Faith Wamboi, Amy Mutua versus Charity Kulei, Maisie Andia versus Natasha Wanjiru, and Ibrahim Zena has a bye. And yeah, my daughter is here. She won her game, and she's looking funny. Come tell me, congratulations. How did it go? She's not happy. You said, bro? I won. You won. Okay, congratulations. That was a tough game against. It wasn't a tough game.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Okay, so it's strong, and at the exact same time, it was extremely strong.
Extremely strong.
Yeah, not just strong.
No, okay. Let's see how your game went. Or you are playing black. Knight f3, knight c6, knight e3, knight f6, d4. E times d4?
Huh?
Okay.
No.
All the best. Congratulations.
No, it's started at the wrong place.
Sorry, the wrong place.
Then
Yeah, show me the game on your... Yeah, so that's my daughter. I'm also a coach. I'm also a parent. She wasn't looking very happy primarily because I'm streaming once again. And that means there's less time for her. Less time for her as a coach. Less time for her as a father. I'm sorry, sunshine. It shall be well. Love you. Proud of you. Good
How
job.
are you going to be well and you're going to stream like for infinity years?
I'm going to stream for infinity years. No, I'll just stream until the end of this. And yeah, I'll also get someone else to commentate. And by the way, it's a very important point because I asked one of the strong players who are here to come and stream, and he said, hold on, I have to go through some lines with my coach. And it just hit me how much costing them by not, I'm their father and coach, so the emotional support and the coaching support is limited. However, well, it is what it is in all things, God's grace. So in this particular round, Muturi versus Kalin, Agnes versus Faith, Amy Mutua versus Charity Kulei, Maisie Andia versus Natasha Wanjiru, Zena has a bye. The open category, we have tough game. Please watch it if you missed the game between Kaloki Howie and FM Jadon Simiu. Kaloki Howie versus Kipalia Jeremy, Baraka Moses versus Simiu Jadon, Jamie Obora Kanago versus Anusu Timothy Cherulo, Simiu Baraka versus Carlsen Mariga, Simiu Jerry versus Alex Itwaj. Yes, Telo?
I think I don't know the name of the square.
Yeah, just make the moves. Remember the game and enter the game. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I think we will keep going back to those positions. I see something has happened already in this particular game. This is Simu Jerry versus Alex Koech. We weren't very optimistic about the position. Yeah, and this is definitely going in the wrong direction. So, guys, there's something in chess called it looks like it's one board, but it's not really one board. The board has 3 different sides. There is the queen side, these 3 squares, the center, and the king side. And while it seems like you can play anywhere, actually it's recommended you figure out which side of the board you're going to play on, because you can't play on all 3 sides at the same time. Yes, you can, but you can only make one move at a time. So it's very important for black to know where they can play here. And this move, and you only play on the side of the board where you have an advantage, So when you look at this position, black has a lot of space here. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces here, and he has these pawn weaknesses to work against. Even though you like attacking the black king, the white king, this is where you should play as black. It's a very simple principle. Sorry, not that move. It's a very simple principle, but it's a principle that everybody ought to learn. So the moment they play a move like this, suddenly they're playing where white should play, and white has an advantage immediately, and especially after allowing the king to have queen to come in, there's such a weakness. This position is pretty unpleasant. There's a backward pawn on a half open file.
I can't really, since number 1's up here, number 2 is over here, number 3, number 4. Look, it's e4. This is supposed to be e4.
e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3,
knight c3, knight f6, knight f6,
d4, e times d4, knight times d4,
knight e5, bishop c5.
Oh, bishop c5, bishop c4. No, bishop c4 is not possible. Not possible. You'll just take it. Okay, good job. But I don't think you should move this knight. Why did you move this knight here?
Because and then I thought if I should play here, but if they pick here, I pick like this. They come here, and like what I thought, I wasn't thinking like dried fish. I thought like after this is an open fight, I maybe should castle.
Yes.
After that, I think.
Yeah, that was the best line. You see, the problem is that you'd move your piece twice.
Yeah, but it was complicated in my mind.
It is very complicated. I agree with you 100%. You see, what you should do is look for an opportunity to develop. So develop your piece of tempo. That's the thing you should consider. Although now they can play here, and then they want to discover. You see, they're attacking your bishop indirectly. So if you just castle, for example, you lose a piece. That was their plan. Good job. Well played. Proud of you.
But you know what happened?
What happened?
So in the Endgame, it was very equal, and I won by just a bit. And then I don't know what happened. I got my rook to the e file. After the e file, after that they played knight. It was knight It was knight e5. Yeah, it was knight e5. Attacking my pawn. After that, I brought my rook to the what's that name?
Please set up the position. Set it up so I can see it, because even those who are watching cannot see. Then maybe you can set it up for them and show them. All the best. All right. So so this is parenting, commentating, coaching, all in one. Welcome to our world. So as I said, this particular position was definitely very bad, and now you have doubled pawns, passed pawn weaknesses, weak pawns. Material is equal. Yeah, this position is pretty bad. Pretty bad for, even though the material is equal, pretty bad for black. Okay. Muturi Erika versus Kalin Gidoni. The engine seems to think that Gadoni is lost completely. Let's see. We left this position, I think. Yeah, but actually black was better. Somewhere here. Okay. All right. Castles. So it's now equal. A bishop under attack. Okay. Queen out. No, that has to be a mistake. Yeah. Okay. There are mistakes. There are mistakes in that board. All right. There are mistakes on that board, so we can't follow anything that's going on there. That is problematic. And then here, this is Madenge Gishuga versus Tindi Victor. We left it here. We felt that there were some positions that what happened? Oh, they just lost a piece. They just lost a pawn. So yeah, this move, and they didn't realize that this is hanging. Yeah, this just loses a piece actually. This move loses a piece because you take the piece, take back, and I think this is a fork right here, and you've just lost a piece just like that, and the piece is gone actually, and you win back the pawn. So this is over. And again, the board is acting up as well. But similarly, Mugambi Christian versus Warimo David.
I don't remember the exact position, but I remember it was something like this. Then I don't know, I had played here somewhere, and then in some case they had played here, because like if they couldn't play the king.
Anything else?
Yeah, then
So,
I just put it here.
Sorry, let's so let's see.
And the game starts by 3.
I know. So okay, so anyway, I wanted to show you guys, but it sort of disappeared, so just as well. And yeah, this position is the King's Indian, which we saw earlier. It has moved quite a bit, lots of exchanges, but now quite a bit of space for black on the king side. Although this is double-legged, for black to move these pawns, it's double-legged because, let's say for example you make this move, suddenly you have these light squared weaknesses as black, and you don't have a protector for these squares. Yes, it's compensated by this bishop being really bad, but still not, it's still quite daunting to play such a move. Okay, so Cassidy and Bella, let's see how much movement we have. It was an English that was fairly symmetrical. We saw this. Okay. So one of the key things about chess is you want to delay occupying this square here. It looks like you can occupy this square, and this is true, you can. But occupying this square is not really good for you at this time because it will get exchanged off. So for example, you play here. Let's say I pick, you bring back your bishop, and now even this move is a possibility. And then you play back. If I want to, then maybe I could play this move. I can't do it now because this pawn is hanging, but those possibilities become material. So you end up losing your control of this square, which is something you had. And now, for example, I'm seeing a move like this being recommended. Of course, you cannot take here because the moment you take this pawn, then this can come, and you have to go all the way back. And there's a serious infiltration by the rook. The queen is coming. These kinds of positions are not ideal. So be very careful. There's something about patience. Yes, you have this square. It's going nowhere. This is what is controlling this square. So this knight has to stay here for a long time. And that ties this knight to a passive square. So this move, knight d4, was not a good move. And definitely knight takes there was not good either. And now these two pieces are targeting that pawn. Black signals they want to castle queenside. Yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm expecting queenside castle by both players. Trevor versus Abednego. Let's see. We left this after d4. Takes. Okay, I'm expecting a move like e5. Not bad. Making way for the knight to come. The knight wants to come here and then here. Okay. And that is the current position, I think. Fairly equal. This position is completely lost for black. Black is losing already. Let's see how this happened. This is really Matingi versus Indoy. And we saw this. Black is slightly better, but black probably doesn't know this. Oh, what a blunder. So just that. Allowing this fork, and now a whole piece falls, and this is over. Okay, that was not good. Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, that's as bad as it gets, to be honest. So let's see the next game. This is Jasmine Akinyo Tien versus Bridget Atieno Amaya. We saw this already. We felt that white gave out pawn for nothing, and white was worse. And I think an opportunity has been missed here to just double. Although these are opposite colored bishops. Dennis, come over, Dennis. No, Dennis is escaping, guys. That is Dennis from Bogo. I'll turn around the camera. Come over, Dennis. You can't run away. You have to come over and tell us what's going on. Here you go. Your mic was waiting for you the whole time. Here you are. Welcome, guys. Let's welcome Dennis from Bogo. Dennis from Bogo is the main. Center stage. The main digital guy. We don't have digital in Kenya.
No, I believe there are other people.
You believe or you know? See, that's him trying to be modest. Then you can see the modesty. He's even blushing, even though you cannot see that. Anyway, how is the event going so far?
Event is running smoothly. Tough games among different rounds. We are finding, or let me say, we are refining players. During the nationals, we saw Jadon winning against Howie. They just concluded game. We just saw Howie winning against Jadon. So it's a nice competition. For any day, any time, I would say the playoffs is quite a good invention.
Yeah, of course, the playoffs, because in the previous round we had how many players were playing in the previous Swiss system where we had all the categories, all the players equal?
We had about 3754.
3,754.
Yes.
Now that sounds like a lot, but compared to Mangu, we had half the number of players.
Yeah, we had half, because Mangu we had about 7,200 or 300 thereabout.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the secret? What are you guys doing in Chess Kenya? I'm assuming that you're part of that.
No, not really. I'm just doing much of.
Well, we don't know that. That's your story. We don't believe. Your parents do believe him. He's making it up.
I just do more of communications. Of course, with my team leader Aurelia. For me, it has always been about creating broadcast media, and I love what you've been doing. I mean, bridging in, doing the chess commentary, because I believe with this broadcast media, it's what will gather us and create our visibility outside here. With greater visibility will comes many sponsors. With many sponsors will come good quality of the sport going on, and we appreciate what the federation has so far done. Yeah.
Dennis, you promised to get me additional commentators. I'll tell you what happened. I approached one of the people you mentioned, and they said, no, I don't have time. I have to prep my students for the next game. And he was right. It was almost like 30 minutes to the next round.
Yeah.
Who's prepping your commentator students?
It's a tough question to respond to. It's a tough question to respond to.
Yes. But we'll not move on until you get an answer.
Well, my commentators are top coaches. I would start by saying that. I would start by mentioning, you look at the high quality games played by Telo and Ariena, you get, and the coach, or rather the coach to the two girls is my favorite commentator. I have other two commentators I'll not mention who are top prime coaches.
This guy is a politician, but he won. It works all the time. So okay, fine. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Dennis. I think we and any game that catches your eye right now.
Bella versus Cassidy. They have an interesting position.
This game.
Yeah. Ali striking into the middle game. A lot of ideas coming in.
We didn't see this actually. Something has happened. While Dennis was distracting us, we missed out. Something happened, Dennis, and suddenly.
I think there's a position I left on the board.
This.
Yes, that's a position I left on the board. Yeah.
Wow! And suddenly, very, very nice move before. The idea is very simple. This guy
breaking
and this guy are suddenly some serious attack. So I'm not sure. Will you allow this guy to come in?
I think actually that's a move that Bella has played.
She has done what?
I think she's played the knight move. Oh no. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that looks bad, eh?
Yeah,
okay, you don't probably want to pick
what's wrong with picking?
You don't want to pick immediately, because I think if you pick, then you sort of create. You are concerned about these two guys looking down this way.
No, I push the pawn.
Push the pawn. Yeah, that's really what's being recommended.
Yeah, now I'm still giving my threat.
There's no defense, literally. Maybe this.
Now queen gets in, threatening mate.
Yeah, and there's no really. This is bad. Okay, then this guy comes in. Wow.
I can start with a check, or does it?
It's a check already.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, something I keep pressing on my this. Yeah. Okay. So we are saying this pick, push.
I push. Maybe you protect.
You're saying this is not possible. Because this is
queen steps in.
Attack the queen.
Now I attack the queen. Where do you move to? You
check.
Pick, I move.
Yeah.
Now you have no defense, because you have to sack. And I don't know even if you sack there.
But again, once you sack a bishop, it's over.
No, but do I really have to pick the bishop? Why can't I just pick with a check first?
Pick what?
Oh, anyway, no, first I pick the bishop and then I do the check. Because anyway, the check is still coming. Either way.
You're threatening to still push this pawn and whatever you are threatening, you still threaten.
It's an interesting attack.
Wow. This is... and by the way, if you haven't understood why the bishop sacrifice is necessary here, it's because, let's say, random move, let's just play a move like this.
Mate comes.
I actually started this check first. Oh, this mate in one.
It's mate in one.
Even once. But even just in case this, for some reason you can't go in, then...
No, but you can protect with the queen.
No, you can't. The knight.
Ah, knight mate.
Knight,
okay.
Knight,
okay.
So
seals the deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is really bad, and Cassidy is in trouble. Bella is really strong, to be honest. Bella is a really strong player. She has worked quite hard. So I'll say it's Cassidy. So I mean, this is just a toss-up. Let's see how it goes. Any other game?
I was trying to follow Gadoni, Kalin against Erika Muti.
Oh, so maybe what I think Bella is trying to do is to pick back this way. Cassidy. Use this.
Another interesting game to watch is Gadoni, Kalin against Erika Muti.
Let's see that.
I give a highlight.
The challenge is that the board is acting up. There are no way these moves are played. I don't believe this is what was played.
What do you mean?
This move was played?
Yeah, this is the actual position.
No, but really this?
This is the actual position.
What's the idea?
I'm not sure.
No way, Dennis. No way, Dennis.
There is no way the board is acting up.
The board is acting up. Let me show you.
Okay, allow me to confirm.
Look. This.
Okay, here.
No.
Allow me to dash. That is Gadoni.
Yeah, okay. Gadonian. Yeah, please.
I never make mistakes, but allow me to dash.
Yeah.
Interesting game.
Thank you. Did you hear what Dennis said? He never makes mistakes. Interesting. Okay. Fine. So that's Dennis Wambogum, the gentleman who's in charge of DGT. This you're watching it on Leeches. And really, Dennis is behind putting that link up. Without him, really, the commentary will be quite something else, quite something different. Getting warmer now, so you can see my team Equity. I play for Equity Chess Club. My name is Dr. Victor Nani, 2018 National Chess Champion and Chess Olympian, number 10 in Kenya today. Why is that important? So that you don't dismiss everything I'm saying. Some of the things you may find controversial, but they are not really controversial. They are decent things to be said and to be done. Great, so I want to check this game. I think this game is accurate. We saw this. And actually this move was highly recommended by the engine. Yeah, and because this cannot be defended. That pawn on e5 cannot be defended. Yeah, you just pick it now with the knight. And the bishop has to, I think, has to come here or something. Yeah. Well, this is bad. So that's actually quite lost. The next game you want to pay attention to is this. This is yeah, but this is lost. What happened? Where did we leave this one? Oh yeah, this one a piece was lost early, so this one should have been resigned. Yeah, this one was early resignation was not. There's nothing to be ashamed of resigning here, because this pawn is just going to run. The king has to stop it. Okay, so when you look at moves like this, the king has to go this way, and then you actually have this other pawn going up. This is called trousers. So really not possible to play. Okay, the king can't divide itself. It comes like this, trying to walk to sides. So this is over. I think Tindi should resign. Okay, not should. I apologize because anything happens, but this is over. I think Madenge wins. At this level, there's no recovering from that. This is a game between Mugambi Christian, Marimo. We've seen this. I think we've seen this. What we're going to do also is you're going to run through Bella and Cassidy. Okay, so Bella played the engine stop move, which was knight to b5. That was played, that was played, that was played. And now you can be sure she's going to play this move, which forces an opening of the file. I don't think anything other than this. Oh, there's this move. What about this? Yeah, this is... Yeah, so... Also, Clifford Mwenda says he missed Cassidy versus Bell analysis. Could you do a brief recap? So yeah, sure. Cliff, since you're such a good... Congratulations, Hera. How did the game go? Oh, nice. Good job. Come over. It's been a while since you won your game against some of these opponents. She took a 1.5 year break. She's back now. What was it? Is it anything you were expecting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the London. So I want to look at this game with Ariane Hera. Guys, Clifford, you're going to come back. Let's just have a look at this game with Hera, please. Come. Hey. Look.
Yeah.
Happy. We'll meet here. So d4. Bishop f. c5.
D4, bishop f4.
Very nice. Perfect. Oh, I'm so...
But I lost the pawn and I didn't know what to do. Bishop.
Did you take the
Bishop
pawn?
G3.
Bishop e3, okay. H4, H5,
F6.
F6. No, here you play this move. You want to trap the bishop, right? So they probably have to play a move like this. Then you play here. Now, this pawn can't be defended. The way they can try and defend it is by say play here. You attack it a second time, you want to pick it. Then they play here, attacking your undefended bishop and hoping that you will take with your knight, after which this pawn is safe forever and they're just better, right? But you have a move so that if you move the bishop away, for example, then they take here still and this pawn is fairly safe, right? But you have a move that saves both, which is knight here. If they take this knight, you just replace with this knight and this can't be defended. And if they take your bishop, if they take your bishop here, you take back, you're attacking this guy who's defending, plus you're still winning back your pawn, plus you're better in development, plus you have more space, plus you're completely winning in this position, right? So the move they should consider instead of h4 is h3, in which case you can still play here attacking the pawn, and when they play their knight attacking this pawn and defending it, you actually have, I believe, this move right here. I think that is a move we should consider.
Yeah, I play F6, knight times F6.
One moment. So here, sorry, it's wrong. F6 takes, knight takes times F6. Not bad, you're still okay. Feels slightly better.
Knight D2. Not the first.
Very nice.
Knight G3. H6.
H6, okay. Bishop,
E1.
E2.
Bishop D6.
Bishop takes. Bishop times B6.
Knight D4.
Knight D4.
Knight times D4. Not one. Knight times D4. C times D4. Bishop times G3. Bishop times
H times.
yeah, H times G.
Then you played again.
B8.
Oh, very nice. Why?
Because they want to push.
Oh, okay. Because the point Hera says is want to play here. This is the threat, so that's why she played. That's the best engine move, by the way. Top engine move. Then only.
Let's move.
Move number.
H times G3, King B8, Queen C3, Bishop E4,
Bishop.
E4,
Bishop E4. Knight takes.
Bishop F3, Bishop F3, Bishop times F3, King times F3, H1,
The top engine move.
A3,
A3, not good.
Rook C8,
Top engine move. Why? Why rook C8?
because they want to open up this line and not my rook to be.
Okay. Because they want to open up this line and want my rook to be here. Okay.
Rook C8, Bishop times C4.
There's no bishop.
Exactly C4. C4. What's more?
Oh, they played here. So they played here. Then he played this. Okay, then this. Okay. Then he played pawn takes.
That's F22. B times C4.
B times
B
C4.
times C4. D times C4. Rook B1.
Attacking the queen.
Queen C6. Muti plus 1.
Yeah.
B4. Yeah, then knight D5.
That's a blunder, right?
Yeah, then queen times C4.
Knight takes.
Knight times D4. Queen times C6.
Rook times. Yeah, okay. That was a tactical mistake.
Times C6. King E2. King E2. Knight times A2.
Yeah, okay, that's also the best move actually.
Rook A1. Rook A1. Knight B4. Rook B4.
Rook B4, rook A4. Yeah, okay.
A4 knight D5. King F1. H6.
H4.
H4 G4. H4 G4.
Mm-hmm.
King G1.
Mm-hmm.
Knight C3. Rook B3. H2 check.
Mm-hmm.
H2 check. King H1, Knight B4.
Nice move, top engine move.
Rook B1.
Of course, you can't take the knight because of check. King up and mate. Very nice. Oh, it's not mate. It's mate. Yeah. Okay. So, so they didn't take. Rook B1. Mm-hmm. Take the knight. Or take the pawn. Nice one. Queen. Mm-hmm. Rook takes queen. Knight takes. Mm-hmm.
Knight E.
E4. Mm.
King C7.
Mm-hmm. Knight times G5.
D5.
D5.
C2 check.
Mm-hmm.
G1.
King G1.
G1.
Mm-hmm.
King E3.
King.
King.
B6. Let's see. Rook to B7, King to G1, Rook to E2, you mean? Rook to E2. Knight to G5. Knight to G3. D6. Check.
King B7.
King D7.
Knight H7.
Rook takes. E4. And mate.
And they were winning.
It's okay to select. They're never winning.
They were plus one.
Plus one is not a win. Plus one is better at some point, but very well played. I liked your tactics. You didn't miss much. It was a high level game. You should be proud.
They have a bad. I'm so happy.
Alright, so that's my daughter. She's won an important game, and we are all very happy about it. Yeah, so the morning game didn't go so well. This afternoon game has gone better. So that's kind of a nice outcome. There was a time she was winning against all these opponents. Now she's had a couple of, after being away from a year. So let's go back to the tournament games. Simu, Jerry, Alex Kikoech. I think we left this at that square, attacking the pawn. So knight d6 was played, the pawn was picked, defending this pawn was being attacked now 3 times. Okay, so adding 3 defenders there. Yeah, so there's this check. These 2 connected passers are threatening to do unfortunate things. Yeah, I'm not sure what that move does. Okay, stops the fork. There's a fork threatened here. I'm not sure that that fork was important. There's another way to stop it actually, which was this move. That was a better move. Yeah, that's where we are. The pin has happened. Let's see whether this has been fixed. I think it has. Muti Erika versus Kalin. I think the game has been fixed. What we had before was faulty, I believe. So this, that, this, there. Yes, this is better. Yeah. Okay, but this is fairly drawish, if I may say so myself. This is fairly drawish, opposite colored bishops. This is a complete draw. There's nothing else. Okay, so the same error is happening. Dennis needs to pay attention. But this is a complete draw. We'll probably not look at it again unless something dramatic happens. Madenge versus Tindi. Let's see. This one is, yeah, I think this we saw earlier said best to resign. This pawn wants to go and become a queen. This one. That's why it's going to d3. But white is not even interested. Because wherever Tindi plays, you only have two squares actually. There's this square and this square. And the king is going to come to this square next and checkmate to follow. So for example, let's move it. Okay, this. You have two moves, either this one, and this one. And wherever you play, if you play this, then this is checkmate. If you play this, then this is checkmate. So yeah, this is resignable. At other levels, lower levels, you can hope for a draw, but here you should just realize it's gone. So Mugambi Christian seems to be better again against and we called this out a little bit earlier. We looked at this. This was played, and we said one of the key things about playing this move is the squares. It's easy to see pieces, but not the squares. This color complex is very weak. So this kind of move really opens up your pieces to. Oh, that was already a white is slightly better. But this sacrifice is a blunder, is it not? No, they're taking the knight back. That's the idea. Okay, so take it. Yeah, and here we go already. Check. Yeah, 2 pawns are fallen. Yeah, so this is literally over. You just lost 2 pawns like that, and that's reasonable. And again, you can see it all comes down to these weak squares, which we spoke about very early on in the stream. So it's really important to understand the idea of squares. So you've traded off your light squared bishop. You should be very careful about moving these pawns. If you have your light squared bishop missing, then you want your pawns to be on these squares to ensure that everything is nice and dandy. Okay, Cassidy versus Bella. I think Mwenda asked me to go through this once again. This was the English opening. This is the symmetrical line. And the reason why this move was played a3 is, so there are 2 ways. Whenever such a move is played, if you just play a normal move, say like this, you are concerned that your opponent wants to play here. And you never want to pick like this, because when you do that, number one, the rook is active. My boss is calling. Not boss at work, but boss at home. Hi, Hodness. Fine. How are you? Okay, guys. So you don't want to allow, for example, this. So why Cassidy played, Bella played the move. Sorry, why Bella played this move is now if you play h4, then this move is played comfortably, and you're beginning to lock out those pieces. This rook doesn't have any active square, and this pawn can become a weakness in some instances. So that's really why h3 was played. Development continues, and exactly we see that. But one of the key things about this pawn is it can be attacked again, and these players have really done. I spoke about a line here which you can go back and check, where yes, you have this square as a weakness. So you have this very nice bind where black is controlling d4, knight, bishop, pawn, and you don't have enough defenders for that square. So in such a situation, you may be tempted to occupy it, but when you occupy it, it loses its value, and especially now, the control of that square wasn't as solid as it was. And in this instance, already we are seeing Bella playing top engine moves. And what we were saying is that this rook now is very powerful, and this move is going to follow very soon. In fact, it was played immediately, and already there is literally no defense, I think. What? That's possible. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this is the designs. What a tactical sequence. Okay, positional and tactical sequence by Bella. So these are not tactical moves. This is not a tactical move at all. It's not tactics. This is position. You want to improve your position. Open lines against this king. Okay. Someone said chess is 99% tactics. I disagree. I think chess is 99% positional play. Like improve your position. Figure out what is better. Okay. Like now this move, you don't have to calculate it. You want to open this line against this king, and you check whether there's anything white can do that will complicate it. You know you're playing this move, you know you're playing this move at some point. Look at that check. Yeah, this is over. This is so bad because you want to play here. So let me tell you, this rook is going to fall. That's what I'm seeing. Or the bishop, check. You have to play here. Then there's this check. Okay, but if you play here, then you're losing a rook as well altogether. But if you play, let's say bishop blocks, then there's this check here. And I don't know whether to pick this guy first or this guy first. Whichever. The engine says don't even pick any, just play here, getting checkmate. Yeah. So I think this is bad. Cassidy is not in a good place. Yeah, the hope is that this check will be played, which allows this. But even in that situation, black is still winning because white is still winning because they have this move. Which is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, this is over. Yeah, that move threatens this check. Yeah, that's a masterpiece. Nice game, nice game, nice game. This is not, actually I think that Bella has played positionally. Clifford Mwenda says, nice game, tactical versus positional player. But I think that Bella has played positionally and tactically, and she has been quite sharp in that. So this has been played like a champion, to be honest. And the knight is also falling. the knight is falling as well. So this is, I'm expecting resignation any moment now, and even if there's no resignation, it's simply because resignation is not an option. But after this move, check, this move back, I'm not seeing, it's checkmate in what? Checkmate in 3. I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Bishop. Okay. Oh, this is it. All right. This is crazy. Yeah, well played, well played. Madenge Gichuga has also won their game. It went all the way to checkmate. So we already called it. Yeah, so that checkmate has happened. And other games, I think Simu's, Jerry's advantage may have dropped a little bit. I'm not sure why. But they're still better. I think upper pawn with a better position. This one should be a complete draw. I think the board has frozen again. We'll ask Dennis to correct it for us. And I'm saying it's a draw completely because if you look at the pawn structure, let's go back here a little bit. I'm expecting that the queens have been traded. Queens are off. So now you have a situation where the same number of pawns versus the same number of pawns on either side, but most importantly, opposite colored bishops. Very hard to win. No way for the kings to get through. This will become a draw. So understanding endgames at that level can go a long way in helping you play better and understand better. I think the game for Mugambi Christian, we already saw this as well. Mugambi was already 2 pawns up, 2 easy pawns with a better position. So they have the extra material plus the compensation. Then, which other game? I think Wamwenje, Riley Matingi. I'm surprised this is not over because this looked over a century ago. Okay, yeah, but the pawn is now heading home. So the only move black can try is play here to stop this pawn from promoting. But now this check happens, and wherever you play, I'm bringing my rook here. Then I bring my rook here. Let's say you play here. I bring the rook here. Wherever you play your bishop, I'm not sure where that's gonna be. Let's say here, I'll take it. Yeah, so that's pretty much what Riley is going to do. And this is over. Indoy will lose this game. And then Bridget Atieno Amaya versus Jasmine Akinyi. Let's see what's going on here. Let's hope the lines are not messed up. Yeah, we saw that black was better. And the rook came in. Attacking the queen. Doubling on that file. Attacking the rook, which is now pinned. Attacking the queen, and that's a very bad move because now bishop e3 is coming. This is coming if you're not careful, and they missed it all together. Interesting, nice tactic. You can't take because of check. Double attack, double defense. Let me something altogether here. Okay. Yeah, the pawn is pinned. You cannot take back here because that pawn is pinned. So what should have happened is just to ignore and play here, get out of the pin. Now the bishop is in trouble. Also take note that this pawn is attacked. Yeah, so this position is much better. Checkmate is threatened actually. And if you move this pawn, then now you have queen here returning checkmate. So let me just show you here. I think this queen move would actually work. only move, check, bishop comes back, and rook takes. Yeah, quite something. This doesn't work. Yeah, this doesn't work. You cannot take this guy because you can't stop this knight here. You have this square. So really, these are tactics now. Very nice play by Jasmine Akini. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, let's take a round of the pairings, see if any has been updated for round number 5. Jenna won against Alia, Tello beat Zoe, Amini beat Ella, Ivy beat Katie, Alela beat Stacy, and Michelle had a bye. Okay, we have an update for Open under 8. Wow, all the black players won their games. Kalin Nyakundi beat Jinpens Baraza, Mudenyo Baraka beat Leon Mwema, Mayano Leitip beat Jabali, Sean Miles beat Karaoke, Ran Mutinda beat Gitau. Okay. Then if we refresh under 10 girls, not updated. If we refresh and under 10 open, not updated. So I think the other boards are not yet updated, and we can take a bit of time just looking at the games as they happen. I want to believe that you guys can hear me. Yes, you can, even though you cannot see. And this is the Kenya National Youth Chess Championship 2025, the playoffs. And what's happening is that the 11 best players from a group of 132 were selected, and 132 qualified, and they're now playing against each other to see who will win these categories. So this position is completely winning for white. I'm even trying to figure out what black can try and do here. This pawn is hanging. Yeah, so let's say just a random move. Then I think we'll just pick. Okay. Actually, that's a bad move. Why is it bad? Because now this is hanging, and it's very hard to defend. Okay, interesting. So the best move is what? Here. So let's say this is played. Oh, just bring more pieces into the party. Like this. So this is hanging. Oh, there's this. So this basically ties the knight down. Okay. Yeah, but now this happens as well. You can pick here, because if you take this guy, there's a nice check. King must move. Basically, you want a whole piece. This position. So yeah, that's going to follow, I expect. And then Muturi Erika versus Kalin. This is as drawn as I expected it to be. Yeah, that is what I thought had happened. Yeah. Hi ladies.
Hi.
Good, good, good. This is as drawn as I think it was. There's no way out here. This is just a complete draw unless somebody makes a serious mistake. And I think the Bella Nashipai Cassidy, the game is over. Bella has won. And I think Cassidy resigned at this position because checkmate is threatened. Checkmating in 4 moves actually here. The checkmate being this check. If you come back, there's this check. In here, this check. And the only way to stop checkmate is to block, but only you stop it for only a move that is checkmate. So Mugambi Christian, Warime David, I think this we already saw to some degree. We left it here. Oh, wait a minute, what happened? I'm very surprised that they didn't just take here. Is it because of this? Very surprising. And actually the engine agrees with the line taken. Okay, they took a bishop, not a rook, so okay, fine. Nice apparent sacrifice. Rook comes back. And please note, you can't take here, because this is just checkmate suddenly. So, but the rook can come back. And now it's rook versus pawn. Yeah. So this is the current position. You can try and take this pawn, but that doesn't help you because you have this check. Let's say king comes up, I've said there, and this pawn falls. And if you attack this pawn, for example, this falls, and we have a situation of 3 versus 2. It's a rook ending, but it's a winnable rook ending. This position has its advantages, and black is likely to lose this position. Not likely, black will lose this position. Yeah, this is even better. So we'll bring the rook in. Not possible because you have this move, and then you pick up the extra pawn. Alright. So keep letting me know how what the situation is like. Again, we have another result. This is a result that we sort of saw earlier. The result is Yasmin Achieng already has won her game. Or it went all the way to checkmate. I think we left it here. Yes, this is what we expected. Then there's this check, check, and checkmate. So that is over. Congratulations, Yasmin, against Bridget Achieng Amaya and Muturi Erica Kalin. Exactly the same time for these two, but also exactly the same, material, exactly the same. Yeah, other than the bishop colors, which makes it really just a draw. So these are drawing position. I think there's nothing much to say there. Simu Jerry, his advantage. Let us see what happened. So he ended up picking with the bishop. Now this was not ideal. The opponent missed this move, which we looked at earlier, because now this pawn is attacked and it can't be defended. You have to play this, I think. Rook takes, knight takes. This would have been equal now. I think the opponent missed that and played this instead, which is losing. And it's losing because you have this move. The other guy wants to start running. Okay. So fair enough. That position is still ongoing. It's quite some work to be done. But if Black found knight e8, they would have been very happy about their position. Mugambi Christian versus Warimwe. This is over, I think. So the plan is very simple. They want to push the pawn to f3. They want to place this move. This is the plan. So that has to be stopped. This doesn't really work because of this. Yeah, now you can defend and pick. And this is falling. Ooh, how do you stop this pawn? You don't stop it. So, quite interesting games going on, but nice steady advantages for a number of people. This looks, okay, I was going to say it looks drawish, but then I suddenly see that it's knight versus knight. So even though white has 3 pawns here versus 2, they are on the same file. These are double, so these pawns don't make much of a difference. And then black has 3 pawns on this side versus 1, and most importantly, there's a rook's pawn. Rook's pawns are very hard for knights to deal with, so this is a clear advantage to black. Let's see how we ended up here. It was a fairly even game actually. For a long time, this is what we had. Was that a pawn sacrifice? Or the pawn was lost? Given back? What's going on? I'm not following what's going on here at all. One moment, please. Let's go back, guys, a little bit and have a look at what these guys are up to. So this threat, there's no threat here, right? There's no threat. This knight can just move back and this can't be picked. But instead, unless we're missing something with the DGT, okay, that's a check. So these are the blundered a lot, because now this check, you can't move away from your rook. Okay, let's check. Okay. Check again. You can't move away. Like what I mean is, with this check, you can't go to defend this pawn because you have a rook, and it's not just a rook; it's a checkmate. Okay, so this is what was missed. Check, check again. The king has to stay near the rook, but now the rook is taken, and this pawn is taken. And that position is very bad with that defense. It's even a surprise that black has been able to, white has been able to get back 1 pawn. So really here just bringing the piece. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Pretty bad for white. I know they're going to try and win this pawn, but in that time I think this, so let's say here, this, knight c6, defend, and that's it really. This is not good. Okay. So we have another game that has ended. I think, no, the only the three games we saw. This one, Mugambi versus Warimwe. Let's see how it went. Yeah, if this is taken, then check on d7, and this falls. Yeah, so pretty professional kind of way to play. Yeah, you can't move up because I'll push. You actually push this other one, and you can't stop it. So you have to be very careful as. Sorry, I'm losing my mouse. Okay, let's charge it a bit. Yeah, so that's. How do you stop it? You can stop it because the rook is coming behind, and this is over. All right, so Waweru Trevor. Okay, Riley Matingi. Still not over, but almost. So what we said was going to happen happened here. Yeah, and this bishop is about to find themselves in trousers trying to stop this pawn and this pawn. So that's over. That's over. This one is not over but tricky. We saw these moves. Yeah, so black is much better here. I'd say black is winning here. So many games are left. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take a break and allow you to look at all the games. Let her go. We'll be back.
Whatever we ask, please. Whatever we ask, our business that we do is too much. It takes its toll, those physically.
Hello, niliacha simu kicharge. Mimi niliacha ikicharge.
Simu?
Eh.
You connected it?
Kishiliza. But I just want to put the camera alafu nimalizie. I just need the charger here. It's very cheap. Yes, let's go.
Pate charge juu simu iko page bado ndio natumia hapa. Hata mnaweza weka mchezo huko sana kidogo juu school.
Alright guys, welcome back. We are covering the playoffs of the Kenya National Youth Chess Championship, Youth and Cadet Chess Championship. This is following the nationals that took place in Kitale Polytechnic, hosted by Trans Nzoia County and Chess Kenya. And we initially had 3,700, I think, and 24 children participating. And the top 11 in every category was then taken. And what we are looking at is a playoff amongst a round robin amongst all those players. We've had a chance to look at a couple of games. So let me just confirm that we are still live. The way I'm going to do that is to go to YouTube and look for Raising Chess Champions in Africa, and this is what you should do. There we go, and confirm that yes, we are live, and just listen a little bit and see. Look for Raising Chess Champions in Africa, and this is what you should do. Very nice. Okay, so that's running. So we are covering the playoffs, the top boards, and we'll take a quick run through the games. Let's see if any others have ended. Keep quiet, Simu, Jerry. I think Simu was much better. That hasn't changed. This is where we are. This is what we have. We left it at this position. Big opportunity missed by Simu. Sorry, by Kipo to save the game. Big opportunity to save the game. They picked automatically at some point, which was, yeah, so here they had to find, before taking this pawn, they had to find this move, which stops the rook coming in with a check. Okay, now this is falling. They've gotten back their pawn and they are not worse. Okay, they'll still be a pawn down, to be honest, 1 pawn down, but here there's 2 pawns down. You know, yeah, so this position is not pleasant. A second pawn falls and the knight is coming in, threatening. Yeah, this is not good. Already you're losing material because this check comes, king here, and bishop takes, I think. Yeah, no, check first, because the king can take, and then bishop takes check. And if you take, you're just a piece down. Yeah. And I think we can comfortably hide. Can we hide here? Oh wait, what happened? No, we have to pick this way. Oh, we have to pick with this other rook actually. Forgot. So that you can defend this pawn. Yeah, that's why. Alright, so defend your knight. Erika Muturi and Kalin, we called this draw a century ago. Opposite colored bishops. So if you're doubting why you can see this has ended in a draw, we said it's gonna be a draw. I didn't calculate 200 moves ahead. I just, like, after these trades, pawn structure is equal material, opposite colored bishops. This draw was never going to be anything but a draw. Yeah, so there's no way to force, because this bishop and the king can control the light colored squares. This bishop and the king can control the dark colored squares, and nothing can move the other party from those squares. For example, this pawn can't queen by itself, must be protected, and this pawn can't move forward, must be protected, and that's not happening. Okay, so Madenge team did this, you already saw the end, and then Mugambi Christian Mwamba versus Orimo David. This we thought Mugambi was winning, and we left it here. Yeah. Easy, simple chess. You can comfortably give up this pawn for this pawn, and that's really what probably is going to happen. Oh yeah, this is bad, because now checkmate is coming actually. In fact, you use this pawn as a pick here. And how do you stop this checkmate? You really can't. Let's say you try and push. Just see. Yeah, let's cover this escape square first. There's nothing to stop this checkmate. Good. Literally, the checkmate is, yeah. This checkmate is threatened, and you can't stop it. So Christian is winning here completely. So really, there's nothing. Yeah. And you also, by the way, can't take this pawn. You can't take this pawn because this move happens, and you have to give up your rook when the loss is very clear now. So it is what it is. I think resignation is what is called for. Cassidy versus Bella, this you already saw. Riley Matingi versus Indoy has finally ended. We saw this a long time ago, where we felt this bishop has to do two things at the same time, and it's not possible to do that. Checkmate on the board. And then we already congratulated Yasmin Akinyo Ching for a nice checkmate. So the games that are still going on, I think, are 2 games, or 3, let's check, 3 games. Jerry and Koech, then Mugambi versus David, and Waweru versus Omwenje. I'm calling the colors in reverse. And in this game, we've not looked at it actually. We said that black is better. Black is 2 pawns up currently. I thought black was 1 pawn up. Let's just check this again. Yeah, black was 1 pawn up. But now black is won a 2nd pawn. Yeah, and yeah, so won an extra pawn on the queen side, and now they just want to play here, and that's pretty much. Wait a minute. Actually, this is a checkmate threat. No, it's not. There's this square. Okay, I thought for a moment this is a checkmate threat, but there's a square here. Either way, this will be played, and then this will be played. And I don't think it's possible to stop those 2 guys. So that's exactly what's going to happen, I believe. And that position is... That's a goner. That's gone. That is, can I say, use the word resigns? I think resigns will not be too much in this position. So this game sort of have, the only game that, yes, is much worse for black, but black has a little bit of hope, is the one Simu Jerry versus, actually they don't have any hope either. Or they missed their move. They should have just checked, which was forcing. Instead they played here, defending their bishop, but the check was just ideal. They could have played this check, and after this move, this check, and that would have been curtains. Or they actually calculated that after this move, and this move, maybe they are not so sure about how this is going to go. Yeah, maybe they're not so sure about maybe a move like this. And it looks like the pawns are falling, but already that's not the case, because so much is happening. I think this would even be met, if I'm not mistaken. It is met in a few. So that's what should have happened. That's what should have happened. So let's look at the game between Christian Mugambi and Warimo David. Yeah, and Christian has played the best moves. Yeah, this is over. It's meeting 5 no matter what. It's meeting 5 no matter what. Best move is to push, is to take the pawn actually. And in fact, even if you take this pawn, this is gonna happen. You push your pawn forward. I think leaves it, because this is a checkmate threat. You must play here. They push, you push, they let you, they push. If you queen, then they can even rook for you. Make a rook. That's checkmate. So if you take an extra move to move away, they move. If you take an extra move to move away, they still rook for you. And this is just checkmate. So Christian has played a fantastic game to beat Warimo David, higher rated by more than 100 elo, and yeah, that option doesn't exist, because this is a checkmate in 3 moves, because you check. Okay, 4 moves. You have to block the rook, check, only move, check, only move, and this is mate. So that checkmate is coming up. It's going to be served. It's already been played. It's been played, and I think resignation is going to follow in this position right away, because after king to h6, king rook to h8 is checkmate. And Christian wins another tough game against another tough opponent, giving him a big lead in, I believe, the category. If we have a look at the under 14 open, let's have a look and see. Under 14 open, let's see what the rank after round 4 is. Mugambi Christian Mwamba had 9. He's going to be on 12 at the end of this round, which is quite something. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open rank after, so that we can always have, for all the categories, so that we have I think this we've opened rank after, and this is under 16 open. This is under 16 girls. And open under 18, and I think we're missing under 16 girls or something. Under 14 open, under 16 girls, okay. Open link after. There we go. So let's see what the ranking is. Sorry, my apologies, you cannot see everything I'm doing. And we'll come back to under 8. We have Michelle Wamboy. This 5-year-old girl is topping the tables right now with 9. And this is after round 5, and she has 9 points right now, which is quite something. So it's quite something. Jenna Ward has 9. Let's see. Amini Muhani has 9. Ivy Muraba has 9. Telo has 7. Alia has 7. Katie 6. Zawadi 6. Alela 6. Ella 6. Unfortunately for Stacy, so far no points on the board. And for the open category, Carl Anyimu Nyakundi has 12, which is absolutely fantastic, meaning they've pretty much won almost all their games. Sean Miles Musheru has 10. Mayan Olitip 9. Muana Jean Pence 9. Karaoke Sherere 9. Ran Mutinda 7. Mudenyo Baraka 6. Mutukui Gitau 6, Ethan Kito 4, Muratine Martin 1, and Otieno Leon hoping for some more points coming up. After round 5, under 10 girls, Achieng Neria 15 maximum, Brutaliza Amanda 12, Afzal Saida 9, Jadarudo Oluchiri 9, Jayla Wamboi 7, Naomi Wamwenje 6, Tabitha McKenna 6, Angel Marian Marshall 6, Patience 3, Waweru Patricia 3, and Roni Pendo hoping for good outcome. For under 10 open, and Zen Right has 10. Remember, we're using match points. So match points means 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and 0 for a loss. Then Muli Faraja has 8, Adril Baraka has 8, Jason Kimani Ndaro has 7, Jaden Kogora has 5, Mark Antoine has 4, K. Jaden has 4, Manyuki Nathaniel has 4, Kiplagat Baraka has 3, Rotish Darian Keegan has 1, and Dennis Wafula yet to register the points. And then under 12 girls, Indoy Joy has 10, Riley Matingi has 9, Kaburo Winnie has 9, and Makanga Annabelle has 9. This is after round 4. Yasmin Cecilia Akwe has 4, Salman Kata has 3, Atara Wright 3, Ishuga Wanjiru 3, and Kwewo Blessing 3, and Bridget Amaya yet to register any points. And then under 12 open, once again, Jesse Jaden 10, Danson Brian 9, Osidiana and Akamu Shem are on 7 each. Omwenje Abednego is on 6, Awin Dege on 4, Owen Trevor 4, Dayson Iradi 3, Michana Kishon 3, Okemwa Davis 2, and Gisheru Francis Derito on 1. Then under 14 girls, Bella Nashipai is on 10, Cassidy is on 7, Fantalis Dute is on 7, Kuka Riziki on 7, Shukri Shakira is on 6, Obonyo Abigail is on 5, Waso Abigail 5, Ariane Hera is on 4, Brianna Brand is on 4, and Jilana Angel and Nicole Wanjiru are yet to get their points on the scoreboard. Mugambi Christian under 14 open is on 9, followed by 2 players on 7, which is Jeremiah Kagambi and Oluchiri Jeshurun. Then Abel Taji, Prince Isaac, Warime David are on 6, Joe Wayne Wanjarumi, Anindo Anderikas, Moga Trevor are also actually, no, Joe Wayne is on 5, Anindo is on 4, Mauga Trevor is on 3, Lester Manano is on 2, and Omar Stan is on 1. Everybody is on the scoreboard. Kaloki Zuri in under 16 girls is on 9, Kagambi Angel 9, Pamela Kosala 9, Mashao Genevieve 9. Wow. And then Rotich Natasha is on 6, Omboiga Kenya 4, Tamara Zawadi 3, Yvonne Mwashe 3, Samantha Kemunto 3, Chiza Wanjiru 3, and Natalie Wachitu is on 1. Then we have Cyprian Babu leading the under 16 open with 9 points, Kyle Kuka 7, Paul Orlando Jr. 7, Madenge Gichuga 7, Omwenje Ethan 7, Timbi Victor 6, Elvis Muigai 6. Of course, this will change at around 5. And under 18 girls, Agnes Mary is on 12, Ategaga Laurentia is on 10, Bikandi Banis is on 9, Ibrahim Zana is on 9, Muturi Erika is on 7, Maisie Andia is on 4, Charity Kule is on 3, and Natasha Wanjiru 1, Amy Mutua 1, Faith Wamboi 1, and Kalin is yet to register points. And open playoffs, Kaloki Hawi is on 13, Jenny Bora is on 10, FM Simu Jedun is on 9, Samuel Wanja is on 9, Alex Kikwaj is on 6, Baraka Moses 6, Simu Jerry 6, Kipkalia Jeremy 4, Anusu Timothy 3, Simu Baraka 2, and Carlson Maragia has a point on the board. So that's where the standings was of round 4 in some categories, round 5 in others. Most of the games are now over. We have this one game going on between Simu Jerry and Alex Kikwet, and this game has a couple of moves have been played from the time this is where we left it after knight back to f2, simple chess. The rook is attacked and it can't be picked because of this check, yes, and you win a knight. That knight sacrifice, does that work? Or that's just a bad move? So it was picked. They have this check, attack the rook, they take the knight. Very nice complications by the opponent. Now this bishop is hanging, and it's very hard to allow for that to be taken, except what is being recommended here actually protects the bishop. Now you can't take the bishop, because if you take the bishop, then there's this check, and when you move your king, then there's this move, and checkmate follows shortly. So yeah, it's time for Jerry to think through what he's gonna do. So this was a very nice tactical find actually by Kipo, complicating the situation. Is there any other move that still wins? Let's say, for example, what happens there? I think this is now drawn completely. So that is also drawn. The move played is also drawn. So it's very possible that Alex Kipo could sneak a draw, but his time is bad. He's on 5 minutes versus 16 minutes. So definitely pawn takes. This has to be very good. And he may have chances now because this bishop is still being attacked. There's a power piece here threatening. Oh, this would be tricky. It's absolutely interesting. And suddenly Kipo may turn this around. He has played a move. Yeah, he has played that move. So ball on Simu Jerry's court. He's no longer winning. According to the engine, this is the last game on the board. Christian Mugambi has in the meantime won. Yeah, that we saw. Indoy we saw. Wamwenje Abednego has also won. Wamwenje has won in this position, of course, so there must have been a resignation. And Cassidy, we saw that. Mugambi, we've seen this. Tindi, we saw this. So this is the only game that we hadn't seen the ending. And now the ball is on Simu Jerry's court to try and find. He had a bit of time actually to find this move. Find this move, which keeps everything under control. Save the bishop. Oh, this is lost. Okay. So, oh sorry, I should say why I'm saying this is lost, because if you play here, now you can't take this bishop because this is going to be check, only move, and this is a queen, it's protected, double check, the king must move, and there's going to be checkmate. The whole time we didn't have audio, guys. Oh, my apologies. So we've been commentating without audio, which is quite something unfortunate, guys. I don't know how long that has been, but it is what it is. I think in the interest of maintaining complications, White is going to avoid a trade, but White is no longer better. White is actually worse in this position, and White still has to be a bit careful. It's not over. Yeah, but the rook trade is unavoidable almost. Oh, Black has successfully gotten this rook. Let's see. Ooh, that is bad. We're very lucky. Escape. It would be quite surprising if Jerry lost this game. Unexpected moves. So what we're looking at is what did they play? What did they play? What? This is losing. Oh, that's lost. That is completely lost now. Does he have time to win? Time says 5.5. Is there increment? That's an unbelievable turnaround by Kipo, and actually Kipo has won, and Jerry has resigned. The game is over. So yeah, what a ridiculous turnaround that has been. So guys, that's been our coverage. I think just give your comments, feedback on this coverage, what you think, how we can improve on a few things, of course, and make it better. But this is the Kenya National Youth Chess Championship playoffs. This is the best of the best. They took the top 11 in every category in the Youth and Cadets Chess Championship that had 3,724 students playing, and the top 11 in every category. They are now playing in this event, looking for the national champion. And so far, we have just finished round number 5. There are 6 more rounds to go, so we're not even halfway. We'll be past halfway after the next round marks the halfway point, and the middle of that becomes the halfway point. We see how the other games go. Fingers crossed, still moving on. Tough games. Enjoy. Stay tuned. Keep checking on Raising Chess Champions in Africa. I've been your commentator, Dr. Victor Ngani. See you in the next one. Asanteni sana.